Okay, here we are once again. We had sound trouble earlier. We are still in front of Parliament House, but not at the same spot anymore. This political conflict has been characterized by the generation clash, the young versus the old, parents versus their children. However, today we have with us a father and daughter pair, one family coming to the protest together, and we're going to talk to them about why they are here. Now, this is Rosie, right? You are a student, you just graduated, you're getting ready to go to college, and you have written for Disrupt once before also. Now, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are here today?
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm 17 years old and I'm currently a high school graduate and aiming to go to the States. I am here today just like everyone else is to fight for democracy and fight what's right. Not saying that who should run the country, but just have something that's not double standards and have something equality and making sure that everyone has the right opportunity for the playing field.
Another question. Now, you know about the 250 senators, right? That's the main topic of today's protest. Their power to directly elect the prime minister. Their power to veto or not a national referendum. Their power to affect any national legislation regarding reform. Do you think they should have this power, given that they were not elected by the people?
I don't think that's anything that's morally right, like at all. It's definitely wrong, and it's nothing to do with having that much power. It's just showing how Thailand lacks sensical mind, and it's very morally wrong, and it's nothing right of what we call a democracy. If some royalists still say that we still are.
Okay, now we have Kun Sukit, which is Rosie's father. Now, Kun Sukit, normally parents would tell their children, don't come to the protest, it might be dangerous, or don't come to the protest, they are nation haters. But your child is here and you are here with her. Why?
Well, I feel it's very important at this particular age, you need to nurture the children in terms of their critical thinking skills as well. So for me to prevent them from thinking, that's not the kind of parenting that I am looking at or prefer. I believe that children should be able to think with whatever ideas they have in mind and not prevent that.
Do you fear that your daughter might get into trouble for being politically active, perhaps with her friends, perhaps with the authorities, perhaps giving this interview? Are you not concerned for your own child?
Absolutely, but for me right now is I appreciate the fact that she has an idea or thought in her mind at 17 years old. But for me, I need to nurture her right now. And the reason why I'm also here is because I should be able to take a look and also view more closely, what her thinking is and what needs to be adapted or not as well.
Now, Kun Sukit, you and I, we're from more or less the same generation. Now, a lot of people looking at you and I, they may be saying, why aren't they at the Thai Party protest? Why aren't they with the pro-government supporters? Why are they here talking to young people? So this is about you. Yourself, what do you think? Why are you here, especially as a person of your generation?
Yeah, well, I'm 52 years old, so in the past 14 years, we've seen red protests, yellow protests, and the current, green government. At that time, I visited those protests, but I didn't really see any strong message. It was more of a particular person that they wanted to come up and dominate the country. But for this particular stance that the young children are having right now, it's basically an overhaul of the system, and that is something that I believe is the right timing right now. I think Thailand should appreciate the fact that we've gone through the yellow and the red protest and the green, and those were basically band-aid solutions for the problem that has been ongoing in Thailand for the past almost 90 years. This particular instance, I wanted to hear for myself also why my particular generation keeps hearing reform as overthrow, which in my own personal understanding of the definition of reform, it's patilu. It means to make better. My particular generation is the Nokia generation. So I just asked my particular generation also, if you guys were still using your Nokia phones right now, who would you be talking to? why can't we live in a generation where you can use Android or iPhone and live, peacefully together on this? So I had to come out today and support my child also because, like I said, I'm 52 years old. Life expectancy of a Thai person is 77, so I have at least no more than 25 years at best to be on this earth. My child is 17, so she has a good 60 years. So in terms of the cost-benefit analysis and who has more to lose, my child has more to lose with 60 years going forward if we don't do anything right now. I can go anytime I want. 25 years is very quick. And the past 14 years, as you can see, we have progressed nowhere in terms of our country. Double standards, as my daughter has said, has been ongoing for a long time. Being legally correct rather than morally correct is atrocious in my personal opinion, and that's the reason why I'm out here as well.
Okay, one last thing from Rosie. You're going to be going off to college, right? Or as soon as COVID is over, you're going to be going off to college. Now, what are you going to be studying, and how do you plan to be a part of the future of Thailand after your study, when you're back in Thailand?
Yes. I am planning to study either political science or economics, and when I graduate, I want to come back and actually develop my platform to go bigger, especially aiming at the international school kids or private school kids to actually come down from their ivory tower and actually care and actually sympathize with what the world is going through and what is Thailand going through, not only about global politics, but definitely be more inclusive in Thailand. So my platform, choosechange.co, is a student-led platform that we aim to actually discuss on social issues, especially trying to aim at Thai issues and make people, especially international school kids, sympathize and come down from their ivory tower and get their feet wet. And yeah, that's my speech.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, bridging the generation gap. Thank you very much, Kun Sukit and Rosie, talking to us. Thank you.